Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's time that I got over my frump from creating this error I made and fix it. So I got to take the stator and the armature off and put this little piece that holds the oil seal in place around the crank back on like it should have been in the first place. Then I get to go through all the timing adjustments that I made after I did that. So let's get started. Alright, let's start by taking the governor off. I have a new one on the way, by the way. Not a new one, but hopefully one that's a little better. I also got myself a real hammer. I've been using that hammer without a handle. Well, let's see if I loosened it up any. Yep, there it is. I think I showed you before the problem with the governor here. The governor also has the cam on it that activates the points. So this particular, I don't know if you can see it now because I got it pretty well filled with grease, but there's some very deep pitting right on the lobe of the cam. And where it might have worked, I don't know if you can see that there or not, but it might have worked, but then again, it would probably wear the points out extremely fast. So we're going to replace that, and a guy in one of the Facebook groups I'm in volunteered to sell me one. What a nice guy, at a reasonable price, very reasonable price. Aha, all right, our JIS screwdriver here. Let's see if we can get these out. Probably not. I'm probably gonna need a impact or something with a little more grunt to it. Alright, hopefully this will do this. Yes, it will. These are pretty long screws that go in there. Alright. This will come right off. Alright, so I got my tool that I made in there, and I got this slide hammer with the hook I made. We'll hook the hook in there. The screw is in. Wow, that was too easy, wasn't it? So my tool worked in this case, but it might not if it was stuck a little harder. But we'll save it for future use anyway. Alright, let's put that back here. Let's get the piece that we forgot to put back on, which is probably this one right here. Maybe not. I think it must be here. Yep, that's the way it works. I hope you can see that. Let me get a light so we can make it a little bit brighter down there. There we go. So this goes in here and down in those right here and right here. Now we need to find the screws that hold that in. Well, by golly, Let me look in my box and see what I've got. I don't know about this one. That's it. So let me find another one of these. Let me make sure that both sides are the same. Yeah, I think they are. All right. That looks like it. I might even just put 2 new ones in there. I believe that's it. Let's plug this back in. Yep. Find my screwdriver. Okay. And the other one. Okay, and we're ready to put everything back together. So we take this, try not to drop it on the floor, match up the key, slide that on. That's on. Take this. These line up these screw holes. And oh, you know what I didn't do? I got to pull the brushes out before I do this. So, okay, well, let me show you. I don't know if you can see this or not, but the brushes, there's 4 of them down here. And they stick through here. They stick down quite a ways. So if I were to try to put that back on here, the brushes would be down to about here. Let me get this in focus here, in frame here. And when you pushed it back on, you just break them off, and they're damned expensive. So you don't want to do that. So I'm going to work on getting those brushes back out, and then we'll get the stator plate back on and the field coils, which are in the stator plate. And alright, maybe you can see, I'm not sure, where the brushes are. They're pulled out here. Over here is the next one. And then there's 2 on the other side. One here and one down here. So they're all pulled out, and if you look inside here now, you don't see them sticking out there anymore. So they won't break when you put this back on. And we'll go from there. What I want to do now is hit it with, just very lightly, pull the stuff out of the gap between the, I don't know what you call them actually. was supposed to be there, it'd probably be copper colored. I think I'm all the way around. Yep. All right, I'm going to hit it one more time with the sandpaper. Lightly. Make sure I didn't leave any burrs in there. All right, now we get to put the stator plate back on. Goes just like this, and then hopefully it drops down there. Like that. And it's all the way down. Just like it should be. Now, I am waiting for another one of these to come in the mail. This is called the Governor. And it's keyed. And it's got the camshaft that opens the points on it. Or the cam lobe, I guess you'd say. And there we go. It's in and keyed. And now we've got these two. And we'll put those in. Those are pretty hard to find. I can find almost all the other lengths that I need, but these are a little bit too long. And these have been rescued at one time or another because somebody has taken a Dremel and cut a slot all the way across them. So, but they seem okay. Tighten them down. Okay. Now we've got the long bolt that holds the Governor in and everything else all together. And that will be number 12, I'm sure, if I can find it. It's probably around here someplace. I'll put this one back. See if I can locate my 12. Sure enough. I did find in a DT250 book that the proper torque for an M8 is 300 inch-pounds. So I will get me a inch-pound torque wrench and torque that down. But like I said, it's going to be replaced anyway. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay, so we got everything together. The transmit or the front sprocket. This cap has got its gasket under it. We're all set to reset the timing. So we found out that the best way to do that was to take the spark plug out, and it's more than finger tight. Spark plug is out. It looks I'll check the gap on that. It looks a little bit small. All right, the last thing we have to do with this is let those brushes go back in. So we just push on the end of them. I think, is that one of them? Where are they here? Yeah, there's one. That goes in, and then the spring just pops right over the top of it. That one the same. And two more over here. As soon as I can find them. There is that one. And where is this one? I can't see it. There it is. So the brushes are in now. Okay. The next thing to do is to get out my measuring equipment and check the points and set the timing. Okay, so we screw this in to the spark plug hole. This is an adapter for my meter gauge. Then I happen to have a millimeter gauge, or actually it's both. You can set it for whatever you want, inch or millimeter, so you don't have to do any conversions. Then we put about that much extra on the end, poke that down in the hole, tighten up the set screw so your readings don't change. Turn this up. Hopefully it'll come up. There it goes up. And you watch this and see when it's right at its peak. And there it is, right at its peak. Now, we're going to put this in here and connect the other end. Well, we can connect it in a couple of different places, but right here will work fine. Well, it's kind of in the way there. All right, that's better. All right, geez. We now zero the meter. We're at top dead center. We go clockwise. And the light came on at 111, so it's off a little bit. We want it to be about 130, but we want to bring it in from the other side. So we go past that point. This thing's got a mind of its own, this GoPro. I'm going to have to get my other video camera out, I think. Every time I say go past that point, it shuts off. Well, not this time, thank goodness. So I'm all the way up to 480 something now, 4.8. And I want to come counterclockwise until I get to 130. Not real easy to see. It's at 175, 165, 142, 131. So that's good enough. Now I need to adjust the points until that light just goes out. And to do that, I'm going to need to sit down. We need to first loosen up these screws just a little bit. I don't want to change anything right yet. There's 2 screws on the points. They're a little bit loose now. Now I want to get a flat tip screwdriver and see if I can adjust that till the points till the light goes out. But I got a feeling it was kind of all the way, the adjustment was all the way one way, and I'm afraid that's the way I need to go. It wasn't quite all the way, but it just went out. All right, so as we turn this, see where it goes out. I went back past it clockwise. Something slipped there. Oh, I didn't tighten the points down first. You dummy. There it is, right there. 132. All right, tighten it down this time. All right, we got the timing set. Well, folks, I got my screw up fixed, and we're all ready to receive the new governor, or whatever it is. Looks like it shifts timing to me. So anyway, once we get that and get it in there, we should have everything we need to go ahead and put this engine back in the frame and get it out of my dining room. So we'll see you in a little bit. I hope next day or two I should get that new governor, and we'll get that in. So I appreciate all you guys watching, and any comments you'd like to make, good or bad, I read them all, and I appreciate them all too, good or bad. So I'd like to hear from you. Thank you.